Hello everyone, welcome to my channel. Today I'm Tara with Piece of Tara Artistry. Thank you for joining me. So today I am going to be sharing a piece with you that is going to be available in the California Dreaming auction. This is a collaboration between many of us in the art community that have come together to raise funds for the wildfires that have ravaged the LA area recently. Our hearts go out to all those affected by that. So we will be holding an auction that all the proceeds will be going to the California Fire Foundation, which provides financial support to firefighters as well as families that are affected in that community and throughout the state of California. The auction will begin Sunday the 2nd, which is today, at 5:45 p.m. Eastern, right after the conclusion of Lisa Marvin's premiere on her channel. And if you haven't seen the other artists that are involved, please go and check out the link in the description box so that you can see their creations. In the auction, the starting bids will begin at $200 and will raise in $10 increments after that. So it'll be open for about a week until February 9th at 8 p.m. Eastern. Buyers will be responsible for the shipping costs, and once that auction concludes, you will be contacted and shipping will be calculated. So I hope you all can check that out. If you are not going to do that, there is also a GoFundMe link in the description box that will go to the same foundation if you'd like to donate that way. So check that out in the description box below. So thank you again for being here with us today. This is a pearl pour that I did, and all these colors that I have laid down here are they all have satin enamel in them, and to be honest, they're all custom colors except for the raw umber and the Payne's gray were not, but the rest were custom colors. And I tilted off kind of more of the colors than I wanted to, but I didn't want to waste a ton of paint, so I did lose some of that latte and raw umber mixture that I liked, and some of that other raw umber, but it still turned out to be pretty in the end results. And so basically what I'm doing, I'm just tilting the paint around, covering the canvas. I am working with a little bit thicker paints than I normally do, and so you can see that it's moving a little bit slower than what it typically does. So I'm just stretching it all out. I make sure that it's stretched so that there's not a lot of paint sitting on the canvas. And then I tilt it all back to center so that when I add my pour over colors, I can tilt that all around and I get a nice even coat throughout. So you can see I'm just trying to kind of get that so that it's not all that lighter blue in the whole center section. So I'm going to move on here, and I'm going to now add in, this is the Modern Masters Pearl White. Now all those other colors had satin enamel in them, and the recipe is in the description box below. And this does not. This is just Floetrol GAC 800 and Modern Masters Pearl White with some water to thin it down to a thin consistency. So what I'm doing now is with this paint, you have to work really fast because it's a sheer paint and it will start pearling so fast. So because my paints are a little bit thicker, they're not moving as fast and it's not coming off quite as quickly as I need it to be. So I'm doing these kind of extreme tilts. You can see this is almost a vertical tilt, and I don't think I have quite enough paint to get it all the way to that corner to cover that edge. So I am going to add in just a little bit more paint on that bottom section just to cover that. And it looks kind of crazy right now, but in the end, that'll just kind of all pearl up and you won't really notice that harsh line there. But you can see how sheer that paint is. It's a very transparent paint, and so it pearls up really, really fast. So I haven't even finished tilting yet, and I already have lots of pearls popping up all the way around. So basically what I do is I tilt in all directions, and then the side that I tilted last, I will definitely make sure I bring back to center. So right now I'm bringing that paint back into center so that I get pearls all the way around. So what I do at this point is now I am going to just let it sit, and it will then develop with the pearls. So I will let you guys watch that part. Now during this time, I usually kind of fiddle around with things. I'll be checking my edges. I'll make sure that if my edges aren't covered, I'll try and fix those up. So what you just saw me, I just kind of dumped some paint there, and now I'm using my hair dryer on the sides to kind of move that paint down so that it creates the pearls on that side, and it kind of thins it out so that it matches the rest of the sides, so that you get that nice even look all the way around. Now I will be teaching this at the Fluid Art Experience coming up in March. That is March 14th through the 16th, so definitely check that out. I also will be teaching this at the Deer Lake Retreat in Spokane, Deer Lake area, and that is in May. Those are in the description box. Many opportunities coming up. I also do Zoom lessons, and I also have a Patreon account where I do a lot of exclusive content, and you pay a subscription fee, and then you get some more in-depth teaching and some other videos that aren't included here. So all opportunities to take a look and see how you can follow me and get some instruction from me. So I should have sped this up a little bit more. Wow. Okay, so here is the wet results. There are so many cool spots in this piece. Like these cells all here are really, really pretty. You get that really neat lacing. This is interesting. I've never had these type of cells. I've not had these before in my pearl pours. So there were so many interesting places on here to look. Then you get the color and the color pearls, which I call the peacock pearls. It's another interesting spot. There we see that raw umber and the blue popping through. There we get to see a little bit of that latte popping through. These color and a color pearls. There's some more. Yeah, just a very, very interesting piece, and it dried very interesting as well, because even as you pull back, do you see that like hazy look to it? I've never gotten that in a pearl pour either. So it's very interesting. Now this is a process that I do when I create my textured areas. I always draw it out on my iPad first to see, because I can erase very easily there. And then I use my chalk marker from the Dollar Tree, and I will just draw it on in chalk so that I have my guidelines. So I am going to start with the texture part. I apologize, the quality, because I'm zooming in so far on this, is not great, so I apologize. So right there, that texture paste that I'm using is the Golden Extra Heavy Molding Paste. and it is mixed with that pearl white from Modern Masters, and it is my favorite. It has nice resistant, it holds the peaks. It's not too thin so that you end up with like bare canvas or issues with that, even if you put in a little bit more pressure. So I really like that. So I'm going to try and show you a close-up. This is what the paint should look like. I do make it come to a point so that there is kind of a tip at the top, and then I press down and pull back, and that's how I do it. And then I just keep overlapping. I always pull the paste towards myself to start with, and then I wipe each side on that canvas or the palette, and then I will place my petal on the canvas. So I'm gonna speed this up for you so you won't be here all day watching me. It's kind of like watching grass grow. So I am really gonna speed it up here coming up, and then I will show you the full dry results. Okay, here it is. I did kind of a minimal texture on this one. I felt like there were so many neat places for the eyes to rest on this. I didn't feel like it needed a lot, so I just went with a minimal amount. See all these cool places here? I'm just really loving this piece. I love that there's kind of that foggy look. It just adds so much depth and dimension to this piece. So you guys are gonna have to let me know what you think. Make sure to go over to that website to check out the auction, and I hope you have happy bidding. Have a great day, y'all.